Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Good morning, John. What's up, buddy? Colorado. Thank you for being here, my man. Guys, as you are coming on here, say what's up. Interested to hear this. I sometimes wonder if my ego is not big enough. Can't seem to get out of my own way and overcome paralysis of analysis and similar mental objections. Well, we'll talk about that today. Hey, guys, as you're coming on, give a quick shout out. Let me know. Dylan from Cleveland, Ohio. Guys, be thinking about some questions today, please. I'd like to have some Q&A today. I'd love to have some high-level Q&A. Ideally, you come on because it's good to go back and forth, because sometimes we ask questions I can't really answer because it's only one side of the question. It's better if I have the full picture. So as you guys are coming on, we're going to get started here. Welcome. I'm here in Parkland, Florida. It is hot, beautiful, sunny day, but could be worse. And thinking about you guys. Good morning, Claude. I have a huge ego, but keep grounded and grateful. Awesome, man. Cool. I'm just looking at my notes here real quick on what we want to share today with you about this. Awesome. Where are you guys from? Good morning, Bradley. What's up, buddy? What's up, man? What's up, Buckles? Michael. Good morning, guys. Good morning, John. John, I'll see you today at 10 a.m., right? Is that today? Hey, good morning, Paul. How's the prep? Actually, I'm not going back to Ohio until July 1st-ish now. I'm kind of hanging out another month, my wife said. What's up, Claude? Winter Park, Colorado. Good thing. So, but I'm always ready to go whenever. I'm good at that. All right, guys. So, Beacon, can you put up the topic? How big is your ego? Guys, the reason the ego, I was thinking about this today, me and my buddy. What's up, Michael? Atlanta. My buddy and I were talking today, and we mentioned about the ego and how the ego is really killing people's dreams and goals and all that. Really what it means is it's not even about, a lot of people say they have big egos and this and that. And the truth is very few people actually really have a big ego that's helping them. Most people have a big ego that's hurting them. Meaning, you're so afraid to make a move because you're going to look stupid. You're so afraid to make a move because you're going to post something online and people are going to talk about your grammar. You're so afraid to buy the property because you could lose money. One of my favorites is like, well, dude, if it's so easy and it's working so well, why are you teaching? That's your ego talking to you, by the way, of telling you that you can't really do it because you're full of shit, and yet your ego's kind of protecting you in your little bubble, and clearly you look at your bank account and you're like, damn, I got a big ego. You don't have a big bank account. No, that's the problem. See, I don't have an ego, honestly. I really don't. I shared recently with you how I lost over 500 grand on a deal. Shared recently how I lost over 65,000 on a deal. I lose all the time. Yesterday, I had to let a couple people go, had to have that conversation. That's not always good. Everything's great in our businesses, and I'm not letting them go because they're doing a great job. I'm letting them go because things just aren't, they're just not doing what they need to do. They just can't connect the dots. You know what I mean? So that's not on me. I mean, a year and a half, if you can't connect the dots in a year and a half, I can't help you. You know, I mean, shit, the truth is it should take you 90 days to connect the dots on one simple piece of a business. So their ego, they're so afraid to make a mistake that they make no mistakes. And the real mistake is, in their brain anyways, but the real mistake they're making is they're not taking massive action. I was talking with a guy yesterday as well, and he's like, dude, he has a property, it's a couple $100 grand, it's worth a couple hundred G's. It's been sitting, and for the last 2.5 weeks, I'm like, dude, why don't you have this thing listed? See, in business, it's all about urgency. You have to get shit done and get on the market and sold. That's how you make money. There's a thing called cash creep. And if you're sitting on properties too long, it will suck you dry. I've seen it happen many, many times, and I'll see it continue forever. But he's like, well, man, it's just a punch list. I'm like, what's on the punch list? Well, we got to do this. It's like basic shit, 3 hours worth of work. And I'm like, how many times are you calling the contractor to get over there? Why is he not over there? Well, I call him 3 times a day. I'm like, dude, here's what you need to do. Stop everything. Get your ass over there from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. and go do the work yourself. Well, see, maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm different. I would do that shit now. If I have to get something done, it's got to get done. I'm not waiting. I'm not playing business. I'm in business. See, the thing is, your ego is thinking that you don't have to do anything. Or if you do, you have to do it perfect. Why? It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anybody. Me showing up here, I just got done working out. I was kind of behind the 8 ball today. I'm like working on projects. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to work out now. Right before here, literally 4 minutes before I jumped on here. Now, I could I can't do it today. I got to go clean up. I literally am in the same shirt, drenched. I don't give a fuck. Why do I care? See, our ego messes with us. We're back in the day. I'd be like, well, I got to have perfect lighting. I got to have this. I got to have that. Like I'm getting ready to get ready, and then I'm going to get ready to get ready, and then I'm really going to get ready to get ready. But what I discovered is no one's heard the message. No one knows what you're saying or thinking. There's a lot of people that are thinking and could do big things the world will never even see. What's up, Will? Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, guys. How can you succeed in business if you have well, dude, Claude, honestly, I know a lot of people have massive self-esteem issues that are financially successful in business, like 100 millionaire plus. A lot of people. Many, actually. Many, right? But the difference is just because they have self-esteem. See, sometimes people with self-esteem issues, they lean different ways. With self-esteem, they're typically leaning in or out. There's no in between. A lot of people, by the way, the real problem is in between. You got to be in or out. If you're in, you'll succeed. Even if you're shitty self-esteem and all these things, you're going to win some way, somehow. That's just what's going to happen because you're in to win. You're in it. If you're out, clearly you're not winning anything. You're just going to get out and move on with your life. Good morning, Devin. But I do know a couple guys worth several $100 million that have terrible self-esteem. Like it's embarrassing, but they're in an amazing product category. They don't have to be a front leader that no one knows who they even are, except their employees. And they have many employees, hundreds of employees. And they just do their job. They just they're in the industry where it just works. And it's hard for entrepreneurs to think about that. Like you guys think visionaries. You understand only about 50% of businesses are driven by visionaries. I don't know if you guys know that or not. So most companies don't even have a visionary. And that sounds crazy to visionaries because you're like, how would that ever work? Well, dude, think about your accounting companies. They're not necessarily visionaries. I'm not picking on accounting companies. It's just kind of a boring business model. But they're just hardworking people that do the data and they just push the work out. They're so busy in the work, they can't think vision. So what happens is they hunker down, they just do the work, they do great work, and people just give them more work, and it just grows through osmosis. And they're marketing. They have a marketing arm. They have this and that. But there's really no visionary driving it to the next level. Now, they'll be semi-successful in their own right, but they'll never be as big as they could with the visionary. But they could be, again, I know a company that's worth probably $50, $60 million in that space that has zero visionary. Zero. The owner is a daily operator side by side with his other team members. You know what I mean? Hey, Paul, I was given a vision working in a dodgy industry, and there's a need for something healthy to use on dogs to remove the enzymes from their rear ends, their private spot, their mouth, their eyes, their air paws, but I need a chemist and or a medicine man. But see, I'm not sure exactly how to do this because I've never invented anything before. Well, Paul, you don't need to invent. The biggest problem is you're asking the question, how do you do it? The real question is you got to convert the question in, who can help you with the how? So you're doing it right now. You may not even know it. You're asking without asking. I don't know how to do it. Well, ask yourself that. Okay, I accept that. And then, okay, where can I go that people know how to? And by the way, I don't know if you're inventing. I don't need a chemist to invent it. I've done this with supplement space, by the way. I don't know how to invent supplements, if you will. Formulate is what we call it, formulations. It's not really an invention. It's a formulation, which I guess could be called an invention. But you need to go where these people are hanging out. You need to go in this environment and message them and create this ad to extract the who to do the how. Hey guys, I have this amazing blah. Here's what I can bring. Here's what you got. Like, there's people that are for hire in that space. I have a doctor that works for us in our pharmaceutical company and our supplements company, and he is a huge doctor, like very, very, very big, leading, cutting edge. And there's ways to pay them. You can pay them for the formula, or you can pay them for a partial for the formula and then pay them a royalty on the sales, a little bit here or there. But again, like, I look at these guys as partners. They're partners in the long-term thing of this, because the truth is I don't know how to do it. And I will never know how to do it. I'm not trying to spend a minute to try to figure out how to do it. But you know what I know? I know I can call Doc up and say, yo, Lopez, here's what's going on. And he would give me the formula in 12 seconds. I'm literally a 12-second phone call getting in his brain of 30 years in the industry. Because I don't focus on how to do stuff, guys. If anything, I'm this oversimplifier. I oversimplify things. Just get it done. What do we got to do? Just get it done. How do you do it? I don't know. Just get it done, right? So by doing that, you have to bring on help. You have to hire the who to do the how, because I don't know how to do everything. And not only that, I don't have time to do everything. You know what I mean? Brandon, pretty sure our president has some self-esteem issues, not stopping him, just an observation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to politicians. Politicians to me, and people in that side, I mean, the truth is everyone has self-esteem issues. Let's be honest. We all do. Some are hurting you and some are helping you. And some use it as fuel. Some use it as, an obstacle. I have self-esteem issues. I hate going in big crowds. I hate it. I hate not being the big guy in the room. I want everyone to know me so they come to me. I don't have to go to them. That's the truth. Why do you think I have 12 books in the market? Why do you think I do what I do? Like, that's what I do. I'd rather sit at home all day and in my little bubble, if you will, than to go into a networking event where no one knows me. I don't like it unless I'm trying to be incognito. But when I'm in a room, I'm usually there to make fucking money, period. I don't go just to hang out. I know a lot of you guys up there hanging out just want to get drunk and wasted and, talk about high school football games. That's not my game, man. I'm going there literally to implement, execute, extract, and profit, period. No more, no less. Don't ever mistake it. There's no other reason to be there. Why are you there if you're not doing that? Straight up, that's the truth. So when I'm doing it, I'm trying to be on the speaking board. If I'm speaking at an event, that's good positioning. Books, stuff like this, like that. Why? Like, again, I'm not trying to hide like that's not what I'm doing. That's what I do because that's what you're supposed to do. I see a lot of you guys just hanging out. Hey, see, a part of the vision was also maybe even using something natural from a plant or bird. I mean, takes the paint off a car. What? Cool, man. Paul, I don't know, buddy. I'm not here to solve this problem. I kind of told you exactly what I would do. Go to the environment. I don't care if it's bird shit, dog shit, horse shit, or whatever, semen. I don't care. Go to the environment and talk about the people. I don't know the answer. So you're asking the wrong person. I do know the answer is simple for me. Go to an environment where these people exist, have a high-level conversation, ask them who can help you. You're willing to pay. You're willing to bring them in on the deal and get it done. That's the answer for me. You know what I mean? So hopefully that you take it and run with it, because if that's the case and you think it'll work, I don't know why you think it'll work. If you're rubbing bird shit on your dog's ass or whatever you're doing over there, but if you think it'll work, dude, I don't know. Test, who knows? That'd be amazing. So anyways, this ego thing is a real problem. And I see so many people holding themselves back from taking massive action. I think, John, you mentioned something about paralysis of analysis. That's fear of failure, dude. That's fear of failure. I need to be perfect. Why? What's perfect even look like? First of all, you've never done anything perfect in your life. No one has, ever. Well, dude, I got a perfect SAT score. Okay. Maybe you got a perfect SAT score, but were you a perfect husband? Were you a perfect son? Were you a perfect parent? Were you a perfect daughter? Were you perfect, were you perfect over there? Because just because you got a perfect score doesn't mean you're anything. You know what you call a doctor that got an A in class and a D in class? A doctor. You know that, right? But you're perfect. See, the people that are paralysis of analysis is back to the magician versus mule. Sit down, shut up, don't ask a question, get an A on your test, be the best in the class, get 100%, blah, 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 blah. Well, the magician is like, you guys understand how many people that work for me that have massive degrees, that have straight A, like the very high level degrees? You know what I mean? A lot. And I barely graduated high school. No one cares anymore except you, you know? So for you, you have to get focused on what matters. Perfectionism is the death of anybody. I talk about it in Magician versus Mule. I met this guy was doing construction. It took him 7 hours to do a job. It should have took 20 minutes. And he literally comes out, he's like, it's perfect. It was not perfect in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it was overdone. Therefore, and again, perfect is in the eye of the beholder at that level. We're not talking test scores, right? Thank you, Steve. Al, man, this is hitting home right now. I'm not sure how I ended up with this, but thank you for this. Cool, Al. Thank you for being here, buddy. Our ego is holding us back from greatness. Our ego, what are you afraid of? You're an adult person now. What are you afraid of? Failure? Well, dude, the people telling you you're a failure are the failures themselves. Successful people don't talk shit about you. You guys know that, right? Successful people don't talk shit about you. They're too busy being successful. They're too busy moving forward in a positive environment. They don't have time to stop and talk about people. They're focused on building something bigger. So the only people that would identify you as a failure are failures already. Back to the talk we did last week, King of the Dipshits. Well, dude, my failure was this big. No, mine was bigger. Like, what's it matter? What's it matter? So our ego is trying to protect you, but what it's really doing is hurting you. You shooting a video like this, using your phone, it's never, by the way, it's never been easier than to shoot content videos right now. I have a buddy today, he shot videos in his home office, 80 videos. He's literally about to make 6 figures today, shooting 80 videos from his house on content. Paul's saying mine's probably not getting support from well, maybe your ideals are stupid to the people you're telling. I don't know. Maybe you got to quit sharing your ideals with the wrong people. See, the problem is if you're sharing with the same people that's known you forever and you've always failed because you just talk shit and you don't actually implement the work, why wouldn't they think your ideals are stupid? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they think your ideals are stupid? You've shown them a track record of failure multiple times. And it's not even failure that you failed. It's that you actually haven't implemented it because you're taking around and you're jumping all over the place. And you never see that idea all the way through. So you got to be careful who you're sharing with. Will says exactly, stop worrying about what you think other people are thinking about you and make your dreams happen. Absolutely, Will. That's awesome. So it's like, again, we're all like, if you're sharing your dreams, I remember, first of all, I'm not calling certain people in my life and telling them my dreams because they remember the snotty-nosed, bratty kid, Mark, the little boy, even though I'm almost 42 now. See, they're not shitting on my dreams. They're just coming from their vulnerable, their loving place, but talking, don't do that. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. Why would anybody do that? I.e., why would Mark charge $35,000 a year? It must be a scam. It doesn't work. If it works so well, why isn't he doing it? Well, number one, who said I'm not doing it still? Number two, who says $35,000 is a lot of money? It's not in the grand scheme of things. And number three, just because they say it's a scam, why do you think it's a scam? And not only that, showing up to this video like people are like, dude, this could be a scam. How can it be a scam when there's no money exchanged? See, again, that's your stupidity and your ego protecting you from your past behavior, your thoughts, right? John said, you're right, I'm being a pussy, I'm scared. Well, what are you scared of? What are you scared of, John? And you're the first person that I've shared this with. Awesome, man. Well, Paul, just do it, buddy. Again, guys, we have one shot at this thing called life. What are you worried about? There's nothing that you could do that you can't recover from except death. There's nothing. You start a business and you go bankrupt. You start a business, you hire people and you have to fire them. Been there, done that. You start a business and it doesn't work out as planned. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Right? So Paul, you're the first person to give me encouragement. Awesome, man. The reason is because you showed up and you asked questions. That's how you, I love it, man. So I appreciate you being here. And that's for all of you guys. Everybody, anytime you participate, guess what? Participation, it changes things. It gets you vulnerable and it gets you out there. I've never asked a dumb question. Only dumb people ask questions, right? It's a joke. Only dumb people ask dumb questions. So just don't be an asshole. Take the information and do something with it, right? I got my first YouTube hater. I love it. It means I'm doing something right. Absolutely, Brandon. Been there, done that. I'm scared of not being able to pay the bills. Okay, so pay the bills. And then what? What are you scared of? Get a reserve. Ask yourself, okay, if I go all in and I can't pay my bills for 6 months, so get 6 months reserves, or 12 months, or 1 month, or 3 months. I don't know. I function different. I don't worry about paying the bills. I trust myself enough to pay the bills. That's the truth. Because, dude, if I can't figure it out in 6 months, I should go get a job anyways. I pushed my ego aside after talking to you. I changed markets finally and went all in the Midwest. Now after staying in the New York market for the last 3 years, thank you for letting me see the light. Awesome, Tyrone. That's awesome, man. Congrats. See, I don't know if you guys pay attention to something. A lot of people say, yo, man, I talked to you, blah. I did this, blah. When we talked or connected, XYZ happened. Isn't it interesting people think I sit around and do nothing all day? The truth is, I connect with a lot of people on a consistent basis because that's what I do. I enjoy helping people that want to help themselves. It's actually something I really enjoy. And oftentimes, I don't even get paid to do it. I get paid when we actually do deals in the future together. That's the ultimate goal, right? I'm planting seeds today with individuals that might come to fruition in 12 years from now, 10 years from now. I don't play the game of now. I'm not in the game of now, let's make money today. I'm in the game of how do we create a relationship and then develop from there. I'm in this game forever until I die of life and business. And for me, I'm not the one night stand guy. I'm not in business to do a one night stand, make a profit off of you and roll out. That's actually the total opposite of what I stand for. I'm in it. I'm in the game. I'm grinding side by side with you. I'm thinking about what you're thinking about. I'm pushing forward with what you're pushing forward. And I'm talking for people actually doing business and working. So when I'm talking to you guys, why do you think it's easy you can ask Beacon this. I come up with the show at 7 a.m., 7 to 7:30 a.m., the show title. I've been doing this is my 4th week now. Why am I able to come on here and talk for 30 to 60 minutes about a subject? Because I'm in the fucking subject. I am the piece. I'm the project. I know what's going on. I've been doing this for 24 years, guys. I've been in the game. I've been in the trenches. I've been punched in the face. I nearly went bankrupt twice. I almost lost everything multiple times. I'm all in 24/7. I can't sleep because I don't want to go to bed, and I can't wait to get up because I can't wait to start working. I love business. Why do you think the Magician versus Mule was so close to me? I'm the mule. I'm a mule 101. I'm the poster child of a mule. I grew up in a mule economy. I grew up in the world of high-level mules that wear it on their sleeve with pride. I work harder than you. I do more than you. What's that mean? So when people come to me and talk shit, dude, I know what it takes. I know what it takes. And your ego is not going to help you. It's actually only hurting you. I don't worry about failing. I'm failing right now. I could be sitting in there hanging out with my family. If I'm trying to be balanced, I should be hanging out with my family, not you guys. But this is a balance piece for me because I come here, I can share, I can plant seeds with people. I can do one to many, talk once and be heard many times. I can connect with people. He's from my hometown. We went to school together our whole life. A big takeaway for me for this content over the past 4 weeks and the podcast is tied to ego, to really dig into the thought on the thoughts and move the needle I've had to set ego. Had to set ego to the side and just look at the data. Ego gets in the way of being real with yourself. Josh, what's your biggest regret? Not being all in more, not going harder. That's my biggest regret. Not being harder, not going in harder, playing too small, being a pussy, being a wimp, being scared, being afraid. Even though I'm grown, like, dude, right now, ask anybody that works with me. We're playing small right now. We're playing small right now. Every day, you'll never hear me say, dude, I'm crushing the game. I'm so big. You'll never, ever, ever, mark my fucking words here that come out of my mouth. Ever. Ever. Dude, I don't care if I was sitting on a $1 billion yacht. I'm not crushing the game. I'm only just getting started. My biggest regret is someone like me didn't tell someone like you, stop being a fucking pussy and go deeper and go bigger. It's not that big a deal. You're not that big a deal. Go big. Go harder. Go stronger. Bring it. Go harder, higher, fire. Put it all in. Chips all in. But most of you won't do it because you're too afraid. That's the truth. You're too afraid. I get it. That's my biggest regret. A lot of guys, there's a lot of people out there with the big egos that are crushing the game. I promise you they're not crushing anything except their dreams and their future dreams. I see it every day. I'm the one that gets the calls about how they're losing their wife or spouse. I'm the one that gets the calls that I'm losing my house and my friends and this and that because I messed up. I take these calls. I get these calls every week. You know, like, dude, I should have listened to you. You were right. Of course I'm right because I was there. I'm telling you what not to do, but you have to go figure it out on your own, right? You were right, man. I shouldn't have bought this type of deal. I got sidetracked. I got unfocused. I got shiny object syndrome. You spread yourself too thin. I know. I've been there. I'll be there next year probably. That's what we do. But see, when I'm coming in from the top down, non-emotional attachment to the activities, I can see it way clearer than you. Way clearer. You're attached to everything emotionally. I'm not. You said, hey, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. My goal, my job is to sit above the maze and give you the directions. I see it clear as day. It's easy for me to see that. You ever seen like a fullback or a tailback in football that just kind of sees down the field a little bit better than the other fullbacks or tailbacks? They just kind of like zig and zag. They're moving and they're the guys that are winning the Heisman trophies and all this stuff. I kind of am like that in business now because I've been beat up so much. I've been lied to. I've been stolen from multiple times. I've been like ripped off many times. Probably being ripped off right now. Like, I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. That's why people pay me $35 grand. They're not paying for my knowledge of helping them grow. They're buying confidence. They're buying 24 years of my life for $35 grand. Would you work for $35 grand for 24 years? The answer is no. Who would? Right? What is that? $1,200 a year? So when you put it into perspective, like, they're buying my experience. They're buying my connections. They're buying my relationships I've forged for years. Years. They're buying my millions of dollars of investing in time and energy and late nights and sitting there in mastermind groups, paying all this money and investing millions of dollars of real money, and then millions of dollars of money to travel, and then millions of dollars of time value. Like, it goes on and on. It's really hard for me to tear myself away from this right now, but I have to go walk some dogs, so here's another live streaming. Thanks again, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Tyrone, I've been a mule my whole life. After reading the book, I'm finally aware of what it was. That's the first step of getting out of the mule mentality. I will post an Amazon review from after the stream. These mornings are priceless. Awesome, Tyrone. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, again, guys, identifying him. Who was I talking to yesterday? I was talking to someone yesterday, and they're like, dude, I feel like I'm a fish trying to climb a tree, and it's just not going to work out well. You know what I mean? I was talking with someone, who was telling me that, and I'm like, dude, if you've identified as a fish and you feel like you're climbing up a tree, how do you solve that? Because once you identify, now it's your ego stopping you from making the right move. Because you're afraid you're going to hurt someone. You're going to hurt someone's feelings at that point. And that's what's protecting you. because you don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, the problem is you're hurting your own feelings. And shouldn't you take care of yourself a little bit better than that? See, that's the problem with this kind of stuff is when you are growing and building, you are going to have some real hard conversations of people you care about. You're going to have to sit down with loved ones and tell them, hey, I need some time for myself. You're going to have to sit down with people you care about in your business if it's not going well and tell them this ain't working. We have to cut ties. You're going to have stuff like that happens because if not, it's going to eat your soul away. It's going to eat your soul away because you're hurting yourself. See, it doesn't serve you. It won't serve them. It will never end well. I've never met anybody that should have said, I should have waited longer to fire them. I've never met one person, not one. I wish I would have waited longer to fire them. I've also never met one person that said, I wish I would have started later in life. I've never met anybody that said that. How do you balance pushing your team for major growth with not wearing them out when they're good employees? Brandon, I don't know. I'm not good at that. That's the answer. I share the vision and I get in there with them. And wearing out is very relative. How do you wear them out? Dude, there's people come in and sit in an office that are wore out just to get their fat ass in the office. Like, so they're already wore out before they get going. So again, I don't worry about the emotional warfare. I look at the data. The data drives direction. The data gives confidence. The data is the data, period. So wearing them out, I don't know what that means. I hear it. I understand it. But I don't know. I'm not wore out, and I work a lot of hours. Are you wore out? The thing is why aren't we wore out? It's because we believe in something. This is a leadership question, by the way, Brandon, right? So this is you got to figure out what keeps you excited, what gets them excited, what makes them tick. See, when people get wore out is when you're sharing your vision and you're on a treadmill and you got them handcuffed and you're saying we got to run 5 miles today, but they can't go anywhere. They're on the treadmill running, but they're not going anywhere fast. They're stuck in place. That will wear you out. And that's what most leaders do. That's what I did for many years. But I'm moving. It's just I was moving them so fast into so many dark tunnels that they were like, dude, it's another dead end, another dead end. Okay, let's go. Let's repivot. Let's go another dead end. So you got to lead on the front lines. You got to know what's working and what's not. You got to give them confidence. You got to give them direction. You got to give them the tools to be successful. And my team, first of all, if they're good employees, they'll never get wore out. If you're sharing the right vision and guiding them properly, they'll never be wore out. Dude, my COO of one of my companies texted me, shot me a message last night at 9:30 at night. 2 nights ago, she was up till midnight helping a client. I don't know that until the next morning, but she's not wore out. She's excited. They had the biggest month this month. They're the biggest month the month before. They'll have a bigger month this month. That's a multi-million-dollar company. And these people are running hard every day. So I think it comes down to leadership, focus, get them in the right seats, make sure they're on the right bus, and guide them. This is easier said than done, by the way. I'm not acting like this is a cakewalk. This is more emotional for me than anything because I like people. And even yesterday, guys, I had to do this with a couple people for real. I had to tell them, listen, you're going straight to commission. No more giving you thousands of dollars a month to sit around and, well, you don't understand. Oh, no, motherfucker, I understand. Well, the leads are not that good. Okay, keep talking, right? So excuse, victim. And what's interesting, this is a true story, I swear on my life. He's saying all these victim conversations, you don't understand, Mark? Yes, I do. And again, I'm listening. This is how I'm processing, right? I already know kind of how he thinks and talks. So again, it's not even he's doing it on purpose. It's just it's his DNA. And he's developed a lot in a positive way, which is cool to see. But he's talking about, well, you don't understand, I've only got 80 leads. You don't understand that I called 40 people. You don't understand, I only talked to 4 people. You don't understand. I'm like, okay, what about the 1.5 years prior? What about everything? And then I addressed it and I said this out loud. I'm like, dude, why are you using victim talk to me? First of all, victim talk will only piss me off. It will never help you in any conversation with me ever. Being a victim will never help you in a conversation with me. It just doesn't exist in my brain. I don't understand it. It's laziness. It just shows you're weak. That's what victim mindset to me is, weakness. So in my brain, I'm not judging. It's just that's how I feel. So he's saying this, and he's like, well, I'm pissed off you'd even say that. That's not what I'm trying to say. Okay. So again, protecting his ego. Because that's everything he just did say for the last 5 minutes. I'm just calling it what it is. And then he continues and continues and continues. And the truth is, I genuinely feel, I swear on my life, 100%, I feel like I've been stealing from him because I've been giving him the safety net. I've been giving him the cushion. He's making thousands of dollars a month without closing deals at a high level. Every deal, he could make more money if I pull that money away. Real salespeople don't need a cushion. They don't need it. You're not a real salesperson if you need a blanket, safety blanket. I don't have one. I never have. I don't know anybody that's successful in sales that has a safety cushion. I was actually hanging out with a guy recently, and he gets a draw again. And when I say a safety, I'm not saying you can't get a draw against commission as long as you're as long as you're going over the draw. Sometimes there are bad months. That's called life. So if you hit the draw, say $5,000 a month, it is what it is. At least you have $5,000 a month there. But if every month for multiple years you have $5,000 a month and you're not over it, there's probably a problem. You're probably complacent. You're probably comfortable. You're probably allowing yourself to overthink it. Interesting thing too, this is just kind of this ego thing we have. And again, I'm not judging this. I'm just sharing my thoughts on my channel. You don't have to be here if you don't want. So he said something interesting to me. This is very interesting to take note. This is how our brain works for us. Different people's different. So when I told him I'm pulling it, the first thing he thought of was this. Well, I will be homeless. It's interesting, right? If someone calls me and says all my accounts are at zero, I'm like, I'm going to go get that fucking money. I'm going to go get it. Do you understand the difference in the money, in the mindset? I'm going to be homeless? My gut reaction, I swear this is exactly what I said. Well, there's worse places to be homeless. Because in the States, it's not that bad. He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, oh, no, I'm very serious too. See, it just shows how weak a talk that is. Homeless? How do you go from I'm getting ready to kill the game to now I'm going to go homeless with one conversation? Your ego is your biggest enemy. It dictates and controls how you react in environments and situations. When I hear that, I get amped up even. You guys know, I've talked about this before. I have nightmares and dreams about me losing everything because I've almost lost everything multiple times. I almost went bankrupt twice. I had the paperwork filled out in the early 2000s. So I've been there. But I had to get to that point to get so pissed off. And the only person to change it was me. It wasn't the government's fault. It wasn't the partner that ripped me off for hundreds of thousands' fault. It wasn't the other person that ripped me off for millions of dollars. It was none of that. It was my fault. I put myself in this situation. I made the decision to say yes or no to that situation. Me. No one else. No one held a gun against my head. I was going to pull the trigger if I didn't do these deals or not do them. It's all me. And the truth is, when I did the paperwork, the pain and the embarrassment was so hard on that paperwork, getting ready to file. I called my lawyer and said, dude, don't file it. He's like, what are you talking about? You've already paid me. We're filing. You have to do this, Mark. I said, I don't have to do anything. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to go make so much fucking money that this BK would be a joke. I could pay it 100 times over. He's like, why would you do that? Use the system. That's what it was created for. I said, that's what it was created for the weak people. That's what it was created for the people that get scared and don't move. Listen, if you need to use it as a piece or a tool or whatever, do it. I'm not. I had to get so embarrassed and so mad that I actually wanted to do something about it. That's the truth. My ego was making me, dude, first of all, I bet you 99.99% of people that know me didn't even know I nearly went bankrupt twice. Why? Because I was always, how's everything going? Great. Everything's awesome. Everything's amazing, you know? And it wasn't. I was getting ready. I literally was getting ready to lose everything. I did lose everything. Like, except in the hustle. You can't take it out of me. Hey, would this be the time you let this type of employee go? Let them move on to something? Yeah, Brandon, that's exact. Well, first of all, I said, here's the deal. You have an opportunity to make more money today. You see it as that, or you see the obstacle. It's your choice. I'm here for you. Let me know. You're supposed to get back to me today. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, Brandon? So I'm telling you guys, use your ego to drive you, not to hold you back. Who even made your ego? Why is it even designed the way it is? Why does it do what it does? Like that guy that Paul that was talking about, like, I share my things and no one's supportive. Dude, why do you think masterminds are so important? First of all, you don't go around sharing your ideas and dreams with just anybody that will listen. That's the death to growth, especially if you're weak-minded. Because if you're weak-minded, you actually start believing it and then you become them. Do you understand? I still have so many, I'm very conscious of who I share my dreams and goals with. Like, I can't share them with certain people because if you do, one, they don't even hear it. Two, they might say something very passive like, yeah, if anybody could do it, anybody could do it. It could be you, Mark. Right? Of course, because they've seen me be successful. Right? So now I could believe in that. That's false. That's a false belief in itself because I'm going to fail. They don't know all the failure. Like, they don't have a full picture idea of what it looks like. So what we have to do is identify this, guys. Why is our ego doing what it does for us? Is it serving you or supporting you? Yes, Mule versus Magician is huge. Thank you. Yes, it is. Guys, make sure you got your copy. Magician versus Mule. Let's go. Hey, do we have any questions here? I got a couple more minutes I can spend here. 10 more minutes max. But any questions? Thank you, Michael. Hey, also, guys, if you would come on here and share these streams, that'd mean the world to me. Share it with your friends. If it's helpful for you, it'd be amazing. Thank you, Michael. Dude, you and we've been connecting online for years. Michael, seriously, I don't even know how long. How long have we? It's been, I think through email, through Facebook, through all over the place. You're on Periscope right now. How did we meet? I don't even know. I've never met you in person, I don't think, but definitely socially we've met multiple times. Amazing, Mark. Thank you, Brian. Hey, Beacon, what was I supposed to say at the beginning and end of these? You were telling me. Beacon's the content curator, by the way. I can't hear you, Beacon, if you're talking. There you are.
Yeah, guys, make sure if you guys are following Mark on Instagram to tag him and, just do a little hashtag cigars and coffee with Mark. So then Mark can go ahead and post you on his story as well, share for share. And as well as make sure to go to his website and check out the podcast. We'll also be putting up new content weekly that he's going to be having. Basically like a DM.
Yeah, not
digest,
only that, Beacon, you mentioned we're going to do some cool gifts here in the future with people tagging us, right?
Yeah, so as you know, there's a lot of you guys that stay and come to every one of these lives. So for those of you who are some really good, audience, some good fans, we'll be picking out 3 winners at the end of the week. For everyone who's been sharing the live throughout the week, the way to enter is be here every day is 1, tag Mark on Instagram every day. 2, make sure to comment a question every day. And then after that, 3, email Mark at markevansdm.com with, what was your take this week? How'd you guys like the live stream? And, that's going to show us who's actually here, who's actually growing, and who's gaining value from this so that we can grow together. We're trying to create this as a DM nation, help people understand that hey, we can all grow together.
That's
so
awesome.
that's
Thank you,
basically
Beacon.
what it
Yeah,
is.
cigars and coffee. Yep, Benjamin, thank you. Michael, that's right, dude. So 10 years. Michael and I have been knowing each other for 10 years via social and back in the day in Georgia. Like, you guys got to understand, like, I've been planting seeds with all you guys. Think about the time we've met or connected or whatever. Like, you know, and when I say I'm out to make money, dude, I'm not trying to get in your pocket. I'm trying to, like, how to help you make more money and then me ride along with your profits together. Like, I think about that all day long. By the way, that's magician. Like, how can I take my knowledge? Everyone talks about other people's money, other people's. I'm looking at other people's efforts with my other people's knowledge. If we put two of those together, you might have more time to go do the work than I do. You might have the opportunity to be very focused on one activity and you're really great at it. I can drop my knowledge on top of it and 10, 12, 20, 30 times it. And then I ride that profit with you. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? You know what I mean? By the way, guys, my ask again is always going to be the ask for a long time because I have money sitting. I'm buying e-com stores. I'm definitely down to buy some e-commerce stuff. If you guys have anybody that has a real company doing over $200,000 a year minimum, I'm interested in buying. Yesterday, we're inking up a deal. Hopefully today I hear back on another deal I'm looking to ink up. That'll be very exciting in the financial sector. I'm really excited about that one. And I'll share that once that's done because there's some private stuff on that right now. But it'll be a really cool deal. Negotiations too. How relationships can help you close more deals. That's always a good one. Hey, can you recap the difference between your ego serving you and not serving you? Specifically, what kind of actual questions run through you mentally when you're faced with a challenge? Brandon, jump on the call. Jump on the video here. I personally am not good at connecting the dots with a question like that because that's like 17 questions in my brain to one answer. And that wouldn't serve the conversation. So to me, it's like more you ask the question that you actually have the real question about. I'm better at like diagnosing that or helping that exact question than I don't like to theorize or think about or contemplate. What if? I don't know. And I'm not trying to be a dick. That's how my brain works. So yeah, Brandon, hop on here real quick, buddy. I'd love to talk that out because if you're having that question, that's probably a question a lot of people are having. So guys, while Brandon's looking to hop on here, I want you to think about something. So I've talked about how in 2005, when I left Columbus, Ohio for South Beach, Florida for a month, which turned into 2.5 years, changed my life. It really did force me to grow as a person and as a business owner. But I have two buddies right now. One made a decision in December at our mastermind group. We were in St. Thomas, and we were talking about, like, you got to set the date and do it. Execute. You have no clue how you're going to do it. Set the date. It will come. That's what happens. You're going to create a date, and you're going to drive to it. And sure enough, he's having his biggest month. He's going to do $280K in June. This month was his biggest month, and he's taking off in June. He's taking off for a month and with his family, and he's like, dude, it changed my life. And I'm like, first thing when people tell me that, as soon as I hear them about setting the date, and I've talked to them about this, is you got to journal your thoughts. Because there's another buddy of mine coming from California. He's moving out of his state. He's been there forever. And he's making a big decision to move his family across the country. And I'm like, dude, you have to document this mental journey. See, the thing is, everyone thinks it's all a journey just in general, but like it's the mental, your brain, once you say yes, you get excited. And then during the process, you're like, oh, what if? Like, what's the worst that could happen if you move across country? You move back? That's the worst in my mind. That's the worst, right? So you move back to the old place, no big deal. So you rent for a year, you get acclimated, you see if you like it or don't like it. But all the buildup before there, all your, like everything, your grandma's like, you're leaving me? You're my favorite grandkid, blah, 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 blah. Well, grandma, I got to go. So all these things are happening. All these things start popping up, this emotional journey. That's why your thoughts are so powerful. So you got to journal these thoughts. You definitely got to journal these thoughts and get in emotion. And it will definitely mess with you if you don't. Brandon, are you able to hop on, my man? Yay or nay? If not, that's cool. Ideally, you would. So the difference between your ego serving you and not is simply your ego. Is it driving you to get results, or is it driving you to hold you back? It's real simple. Again, that's a data, not drama conversation. Your ego is either pushing you forward or holding you back. I don't ask kind of questions that run through you mentally when you're faced with it. Well, when I'm faced with a challenge, I have lots of questions. I have a very quick, it depends on what challenge, of course, but I have a very quick, my brain thinks in ways of, left or right. So I think it was Thomas Edison, I think, who did that, where take a sheet of paper, you put the thing that you want, put a line down the middle, good on the left, bad on the right, whichever one outweighs the one, that's the way I go. Data, not drama. So I'm weighing that out. So my questions, again, that's why I like to have Q&A, live Q&A, is because it sounds like you have a question you're facing. And then you talk about obstacles, magician versus mule. Like I said, they're literally, Beacon, is it just me, or is there like 17 questions in that question? There's a lot in that, with your ego serving you, not serving you, kind of questions I ask or don't ask, magician versus mule, obstacles, etc. Like, I don't know how to really answer it. I'd rather help you. Yeah, Ben Franklin method, yeah. I believe that's what it was. But that's how I make decisions, man. I'm moving. Again, we talked about this yesterday, decision fatigue. Decision fatigue. Beacon, he said he can't get to work. Can you help him? Maybe. So decision fatigue is a real thing. So I try to hack decision making. Like I said, I have people mowing my lawns and doing my laundry and cleaning my house. And I'm trying to hire everything out. I only want to focus on high quality, high value decision making things. So a lot of you guys, the truth is you exhaust a lot of mental energy on fucking Mickey Mouse stuff. That's the truth. I see some of you guys like, oh, do I go to Starbucks or to Dunkin' Donuts? That's not a decision to me. Go where you want to go. See what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that to be a dick. That's the truth. Like, most of you are making Mickey Mouse decisions. Dude, my T-Mobile bill's $300 over at, I was watching TV and they said I go to AT&T for $296 and save $4. I'm switching. I'm right. That's why you're laughing. Or you're getting pissed off because I'm right. This is what's wrong with people. Dude, they're making Mickey Mouse decisions trying to get big dog results. It's not happening. It won't happen. It can't happen. You're talking about gas prices. You're talking about insurance costs. You're talking about all this stuff that you got to pay no matter what. It doesn't serve you to talk about it. If gas is $1.20 or $2.50, what are you going to do? You're going to buy gas. That's what you do. You know that, right? So why take it out of your head? You're buying gas today. That's it. That's all you can do. You're going to do it no matter what. Why exhaust an inkling of energy to it? I swear on my life, gun to head, how much is gas prices? I have no clue. I don't care. They are what they are. But dude, they're the lowest they've ever been. Okay, what's that do for me? Like, again, all this energy, you're going to buy it no matter what. Milk, bread, cereal, whatever. Like, there's so much energy and exhaustive stuff people exhaust their brain on. And I'm not saying this to be silly, I don't think about it. I really have zero thoughts. It doesn't serve me. It served me when I was broke. At least I thought it did, right? It's silly, dude. Well, the way I'm going to get rich is by not going to Starbucks for 30 days, save $3.27 times 30 days. Yes, $100 ahead of the game. Dude, I was there 2 days. I was there probably 2 hours later. You know what I mean? Beacon, I can't do the stream, man. I got to bounce. I got to be done in 1 minute. So, guys, I got to go. I appreciate you being here. I got a big call today with a big decision maker. It's cool stuff. By the way, here's a big ask. If you know anybody that are selling an e-com company, let me know. I keep asking for this. Not only that, if you know a good CFO or a good high-level, high-quality controller for a company that's looking for a cool job, working for a badass person that wants to lead and help and be recognized and hard work and just really be leading the financial side of that stuff, hit me up. Let me know if you know anybody. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it with you guys. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope all's well, man. Hope you had a good birthday recently too, man. But anyways, I'm thinking about you guys. If you need anything, let me know. Hope you have an amazing day. Happy Thursday, guys. Talk to you. Peace.